forward in the other facets, learning the game, studying it, the mental part of it. Physically, he'll work harder than any guy I've ever been around. So, the part of getting it down mentally, what am I doing? And if I make a mistake, that's okay. How do I learn from it? Rather than, oh, I couldn't have made a mistake. I would never make a mistake. He hasn't been like that at all, and really embraces, I think, the learning part, and then the other part. I've never seen a guy take a step forward in the leadership part of it. I mean, he's a guy that the guys look to. They know that his actions are definitely louder than words, and now when he speaks and uses those words, they definitely want to listen. They want to. They see how hard he works at it, and I think the guys respect that and want to do the same.
What's the task for you? Maybe you were asked this, but just with the transfers that come in, you got Mathis and Drew and Wynn. What's that integration been like, and what's maybe the priority for you getting everyone on the same page?
Yeah, so there's two things. Number one, you got to get them ready to go out there and play against Northwestern. That's the number one job. Hey, I have to get these guys caught up on our terminology and what our calls mean and what our defenses are. So that's number one. Number two is integrating them into the room. It's a powerful room with a lot of strong personalities, and making sure that these guys fit and they're part of it. And luckily for me, the guys have been awesome. They fit in really well. I think the other guys have really embraced them, and it's been a pretty seamless transition that way. So that to me was what I was most concerned with coming in. How am I going to make these guys fit in a room that haven't been here and haven't been doing with these guys? But they've been awesome about it.
How much of that work still has to be done?
Yeah, I think that the team is always growing, right? I think every practice, throughout training camp in particular, when you're here all the time in the building, pretty much from sun up to past sundown, and I think that will continue to grow. The guys continue to, I think they respect each other, but I think they'll continue to grow the trust they have for each other and what each guy's going to do while they're on the field. They're going to keep seeing that over the course of practice and meetings and how they learn, how they communicate, and all that stuff. So I think it's going to be a big part of moving forward.
Ty Robinson kind of described himself not as a captain, but as an enforcer. Is that the role he fills there?
Yeah, well, once again, I think Ty might be, being a little bit humble that way. I think he has definitely some leadership qualities that probably come along with being a little bit of an enforcer. That term, I've used the term, maybe the sheriff in the locker room, keep everything in line, keep everything together. And I think Ty has the ability to do both those things. Ty's playing at a high level right now, and I think that's part of it. You got to be able to bring the whole group with you when you're playing at a high level. You want the guys to all be working in that direction, and I think Ty's done a nice job so far in this camp with that.
He was very complimentary too of both of the progress he's made.
Yeah, it's been awesome for me to watch Colton Feast kind of grow as a guy that showed up our first year as a walk-on here, and I remember the first day he was here trying to hit the sled, and the sled was kind of hitting him back to a guy that is another guy that's an exceptional worker, and he's worked himself in position to be one of the guys that's really playing pretty well inside and doing a nice job. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the camp with him and watching him kind of take the final growth into this journey and be an impact player.
Hey, Coach. Caleb said he was ready to get the pads on today. What have you kind of seen from him so far in that regard?
Yeah, Caleb's been running at a pretty fast pace over the last couple of days with just helmets on, and it's good to see him get in there with the pads on. I think, especially with the O-line and D-line, it's hard to get a realistic look of what's going to happen to you with just t-shirts and shorts on, and we all know that part of this game, the big part of this game, is your hand placement, where your eyes are going to be, and when you don't have pads on for both groups, it makes it a little bit more difficult to be able to really see how you're playing. So I think that's probably fair for all the guys. Hey, let's get the pads on. If I'm an O lineman or a D lineman, see where I stand, see where I stack up, see where I'm at after that summer conditioning and going through that phase of it. So hopefully both the guys are excited for it, which seemed like they were today.